Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm just doing a quick update on, actually I'm doing a feeding video on R.E.D. And the reason you don't see a backdrop is because I cannot stress the importance of making sure you bake your wild collected materials long enough, because even after 20 minutes, 2 days later I saw ants emerging from the woodwork, so I had to peel it all out, and I'm going to have to go ahead and bake it again, so that's no big deal. And I'm actually also going to be taking Rob C's advice, and I'm going to seal it in with sealant and then fill it in with like a eco earth and some moss and make it look really nice. So it'd probably be like 10 times better than what it was before. It'll look a lot more natural. So, but I have some more news, which is really cool. This is my OBT molted again. So she is a lot bigger, Fang. And then also this other little tiny thing right here is my Brachypelma smithy. And she molted for the first time. So I'm really happy about that because I've only had her for about a month. So I got the first molt, and it does take a little while. She was in pre-molt for probably 2 weeks. She wouldn't eat anything, and I've been feeding them scraps. Like I don't feed them crushed crickets. I'll feed them sections of mealworm. I'll cut it up small and I'll put it in the enclosure, and they seem to eat it pretty good. And my isopod population has been booming. I'll go ahead and show you. See all the little white spots? Looks like dandruff. Those are babies. And they are multiplying. I got a small one right there. This camera sucks when it gets real close. But that's, I didn't have that juvenile in there before, and I do now. So they are growing and maturing, and I'm using eco earth, which is slightly acidic, and they don't really recommend acidic soil at all for any isopods really, but it seems to be doing fine. It holds moisture well, which seems to be the most important. I have my organic leaf litter and stuff like that I get from outside, and then I also trimmed off some branches off of my tomato plant so I would get some more tomatoes out of it. And anyway, and I just went ahead and threw the leaves in here instead of just pitching them in the garbage, and there's still that piece of romaine, and actually that's the fungus that grows on the adults' feces that actually the babies eat and grow off of that. So it's kind of gross, but it's cool that I don't have to worry about feed them anything special. I just keep that stuff in there for the adults. They'll eat that. Any of the babies that do die, they'll chew on the skeleton and get the calcium from that to build their own exoskeleton. So that's really cool. I don't know. It's doing awesome though. I'm really happy with my isopod population, and I have switched it over to a wider container that's shorter, and it's just got a lot more floor space. That seems to be more important than anything for the isopods. And this isolating these superworms and hoping they go into pupae is going on 2 weeks with nothing different. Nothing has changed. They are fine and normal, and they're not, there's no change to them. Not going into pupae. They don't look like they're going to. There's R.E.D. And now the frozen mice have been in the warm water for about 10 minutes. And I'm just going to feed them on the table. Let's go ahead like this. Actually, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1. You guys probably aren't seeing anything right now. That's good because I don't want you to. is so well behaved. What a good boy, aren't you, Red? You know it's feeding time, don't you? And here's the first mouse. Where are you going? You get back up there. He's gonna take you for a little walk. Shadow, get. I'm also going to switch that UV light off of the Red's cage and probably switch it out for a dome light with a 60-watt bulb just to generate more heat now that it's getting more towards fall and the temperatures will be dropping. I want to keep his metabolism up and keep him digesting really well, so that'll be going over to probably more of a yellow color, but I think it's more important than just the aesthetics of it to actually be functional. And hopefully that'll increase his growth speed. That'd be really cool. I thought it'd be cool to breed him with like an Okatee or a Sunglow. I think a Sunglow would be wicked cool with him. I've grown to love these guys a lot. When I was big in the herp hobby a long time ago, when I was younger, I actually hated colubrids. I hated colubrids of any kind, and I never ever wanted them. And now I can see what I was missing. What a huge mistake that was, because they're just really fun to own. You never have to worry about your snake having a bad day and being pissy whenever you reach into his cage. Some people like that. I respect a good angry snake. And you feel like you own something a little more wild, but I have tarantulas for that. And Red here is awesome for wanting a pet that you can actually handle and hold and stuff. He's been fed frozen his whole life, so he doesn't know anything about constricting, which is really good when my son gets old enough and I'm able to trust him handling a snake. This is the perfect starter snake for him. That's actually basically who all this is for. My boy, he took his first 3 steps today, so it's cool, but Daddy wants to teach him all about creepy crawlies and snakes and salt water and just, I don't know, nature and wildlife in general. I hope you've enjoyed this video of Red. He's just a beautiful snake, like I said, and I'm really happy to have him. I was even more happy that he was only like 30 bucks. 20, 30 bucks, something like that. They're super cheap. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, happy YouTubing.